It's time for a layout update right now on the main track. Hey everyone, my name is Mike and welcome back to the main track. It's awesome to see you here today. In our last episode, we showed you a train show that we went up to in the St. Louis area, the National Train Show. Had a great weekend up there, meeting a lot of people and buying some supplies for the layout. Obviously kept us pretty busy up there for a couple of days. Didn't have a lot of time to work on the layout, but we've since been able to get back out here to the layout room and make a lot of progress. So I wanted to show you some of those updates today. But first of all, I wanted to thank everybody for subscribing and turning on that notification bell so we can let you know exactly when new episodes drop here on the main track. You might be noticing I'm obviously a big Katy guy, but today I am wearing my Missouri Pacific Screaming Eagle shirt. That's because I'm also a M-K-T fan. Maybe not quite as much as I like the Katy, but I still do like any of these original railroads that ran through my home state of Missouri. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of that construction progress we've been making here on the layout. Now, if you didn't see our very first layout update video that I posted a few weeks ago, we'll go ahead and post a link right up there at the top so you can check that out. But if you have watched that, you remember that the layout pretty much ended, at least in the way of the scenery, past the Missouri Public Service power plant. But now, as you can see right here, I've completed an expansion of the layout. This is 6 feet by 6 feet, giving me enough room for a curve to get around to this other side of the layout. Now, what I'm pretty much doing with my layout currently is building it in domino sections. I've had to move quite a bit because of my job in recent years, and so I've not had a place for a permanent layout. So I've kind of learned my lesson, and I'm building one piece at a time. Right now, progress is coming along at a pretty quick clip. You can see I have the bench work done, I have the track down, I've done some of the wiring as well. Now, this new expansion right here is going to provide a couple of different things. First of all, it's providing space for my rival manufacturing plant. You can see I've got a box car over there on the siding. That was one of the major employers in Sedalia during the time frame that I'm modeling. My next project for this little spot is constructing that building. I'm going to be using Pike Stuff's Milton A Corporation kit. This is a pretty nice kit. I've used it before. What it is pretty much a hodgepodge of all of their pieces and parts that they've used in previous kits. Obviously with Pike Stuff kits, you're free to kit batch, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. Now the main line will continue around this. I'll have a couple of different crossings, some neighborhood areas, and it'll end up going past this Missouri Farmers Association grain elevator complex. This is on the south side of Sedalia. Here are some pictures I took of the complex recently. You can see right now everything is still in place, just like it looked back in the 1980s for the most part, honestly. There's been a few changes here and there to the structure. Major difference now, of course, the railroad line no longer serves this. The tracks past here were taken out a long time ago, and the right-of-way is now the Katy Trail State Park, which is a hiking and biking trail that is built on the right-of-way of the railroad. Now, this complex includes the main grain elevator itself, a couple of large adjoining bins, and then also a fertilizer bulk plant. Also in that area, I'm going to be having a cement plant. There were several industries on the south side of Sedalia that the Katy served, and that was just one of many. So this is going to give me a chance to do some switching with these industries. All right, as for those train shows, I had some people asking me what all I bought at the train shows. Thankfully, I was able to get there, find some really good deals, and did not break the bank, thankfully. One of the cool things I got was this hopper car right here. This is a Rock Island painted hopper car by Tangent. It is a PS 4427 high side car, painted in the gray scheme of the Rock Island from the late 1960s. The builder's date on the car says 1969. Nice block lettering spelling out Rock Island. But what you'll notice on this car is the reporting marks are different. And instead of the Rock Island reporting marks, what you're going to notice is the IAIS. That is for the Iowa Interstate Railroad. And what this car portrays is one that was purchased by Iowa Interstate from the Rock Island after it went bankrupt. Now, whenever railroads purchase freight cars secondhand, they have to patch out the former owner's reporting marks and put their own there. Now, after the Rock Island went bankrupt in the 1980s, there were lots and lots of cars running around the country repatched for new owners. This right here is a Rock Island car with the bankruptcy blue paint scheme from the late 1970s. On this Tangent 4750 hopper car, and this one portrays one that was purchased by the Chicago and Northwestern. You can see this one represents a car that was purchased by the SSW, St. Louis Southwestern Railroad, also known as Cotton Belt. A couple of other cool finds I found at the train shows were these two Katy gondola cars. These are Thrall 53 footers made by Walthers, and they're nice gold line. Those are higher end models that they put out with separately applied grab irons and some other details and such. I actually got quite a surprise when I purchased these cars, but when I got them home I opened them up and lo and behold, the person who owned them before included loads for those. So I have this one right here that has a load full of looks like tractor tires in there. Maybe that gondola was going to be going to a farm machinery company that manufactured those. And in the second car, it had a load of wire spools. So definitely got a nice surprise in those when I opened those cars up. All right, and so there you have our latest update. As you can see, I've got plenty of work cut out for me. I have been busy the last several days, but I've got enough space right now to provide for several new projects, lots of exciting episodes coming up as I continue my construction and showing you how I'm doing that. Again, we appreciate each and every one of you hitting that subscribe button and turning on that notification bell so you can get word whenever we have new episodes dropping right here on the main track. It's been great seeing you once again. Until next time, we'll see you then.